my name is Jenny Chang. I'm the Gallery and Events Manager at Broome County Arts Council's Artisan Gallery. Artisan Gallery has been the go-to place for every Friday events since our opening in October 2018. This month, we are launching our first virtual exhibition, Art Connects Us All, featuring 4 artists from our past exhibitions who work in very different disciplines and styles, but whose work present the same vitality through vibrant colors, structure, composition, and light and shadow. So today at our Art and Dialogue, we have Jaleel Campbell and Jaleel. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, hello. I'm glad to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background, how your training and experience affect your choice of medium, how you create what you create, as well as the subjects that you're mostly drawn to?
Okay, so I originally started out as like an acrylic painter, but it wasn't until my senior year of high school that I ended up doing summer college at Syracuse University, and I was introduced to programs like Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop in this graphic design course that I was taking. And before that, I had no clue about this world, and so like it really stuck with me. And like from that moment on, I have literally been like attached at the hip with my computer and just working these programs and trying to grow and develop my work. So that's really where I started. It wasn't until I got to Casanova College, where I did my undergrad, that they taught me the true foundation and principles of these programs. And from there, I soaked all that information up like a sponge and applied it to my work. And it truly elevated my work to like another level, So now like I have this extremely distinct style in my work that as soon as you see it, you know that this is a Jaleel Campbell illustration, and I think that that's such a blessing that you're able to pick me out of a crowd,
So what is different or new for the work that you show at this exhibition to those from your last exhibition at Artisan, or are they connected in a way? Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I think what's new about these set of illustrations is that I'm introducing my latest illustration titled My Hittas in this show, but also I'm giving you a glimpse into, again, it's the same because I'm giving you a glimpse into the past work that I've done, and you get to see the evolution of me as an illustrator in these 4 images that I'm going to be showcasing.
Mm-hmm. And can you kind of like take us through your creative process? For example, maybe take Glory. I really love that work. It's a really powerful work, how the conductor in the middle kind of like turns toward his back and look at his audience. Where do you get the inspiration? And do you like paint first and then convert them into illustration? Or how does it work?
Right. So with all of my illustrations, I start off from like found images of like bodies, so reference images of people posing, and that's how I come up with the composition for the illustration. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I go on top of that'll be the base layer, and then on top of that, I'll illustrate over that, But with Glory, I was commissioned by this composer by the name of Marcus Norris, and he was based out of California. And he wanted me to come up with the artwork for his latest composition. And I was so intimidated by this project that originally, I just didn't want to like fail. So I'm like, it took me some time to get comfortable enough to truly accept it. But he was more than generous with his time and patience. And he allowed me to just do my thing. And that's what he wanted. And so when I delivered that image to him, he was just so, like, he was so hyped, and that got me excited because I have never seen an orchestra that had like over 10 Black people in it, let alone the whole thing being Black. So for me, that's me for me, glory is me speaking this Black orchestra into existence. And by him turning around and facing the audience, that's him proclaiming that he's rightfully where he's supposed to be, you know. And then when other Black people see this image, I want them to know that they too, if that's their aspiration to be in an orchestra, they belong in that space. And hopefully one day we can see that all Black orchestra, if it hasn't happened already, you know. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah, it's a really powerful one and
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Yeah, so I really like the exuberant vibe in all of your work, and I noticed that your characters seem to kind of carry out a nonchalant, cool expression in all of the paintings, and that really presents a contrast. So was that done on purpose, or what does it mean?
Yes, it was definitely intentional. So some of my favorite movies are Mahogany, starring Diana Ross, and then also The Wiz, starring Diana Ross. But there's this one scene in The Wiz that's called the Emerald City sequence, and in this scene, you see all of these Black people dancing. You see them with all these furs and pearls, and just they just look so sophisticated and just so model-esque, you know. I want, like, in all of my illustrations, I'm trying to give my modern interpretation of what the Emerald City sequence means to me. So you see these Black people, yeah, they could be smiling, but I don't want them to smile. They have on these confident looks. They're smizing, you know, in Tyra Banks' terms. They're definitely smizing, and they just exude sensuality. They exude confidence. They exude class and sophistication. And that's how I want people to feel when they're viewing my work. I've always grown up around Black artwork, and I definitely think that it makes the difference, you know. I was vending at this event in New York City, and this Black woman, she said to me that and I don't understand why she said this to me, but she told me that she purposely doesn't buy Black art. She buys like artwork of like floral stuff or whatever, because she just doesn't want it in her house. And I'm just like, wow, there's people that really think like this, you know. So with me, everything is intentional. I'm creating these images of us that I want to be like, I want these images to be like ingrained in the heads of Black people, and then like of children especially, so they grow up again with that same confidence in themselves and that sense of worth.
Mm-hmm. So it does sound like that a lot of your work, your creation, you do it to trying to give out a good influence, or even like help the community a little bit
Yeah.
in a way that you can. So that kind of brings us to the last question. How do you think your art connects you to others, and how others will be able to connect to your art?
It's so crazy because, like, again, starting out, I would literally just post my illustrations on Facebook and Instagram and Tumblr at the time. And from there, like, people just ate it up. You know, that here they were against singing me my praises, but at the same time offering me solid advice and stuff on things to try. And again, I tried it and it ended up being a success. So I have so many supporters, and I'm just so thankful for the community that my artwork has brought me. You know, from me doing this one thing, there has been so many people that have been brought into my life, you know. And then because of that, I wanted to give back in a sense. So I began this Feel That Funk project 2 years ago, which is a video series. And I wanted to bring my illustrations to life. And that's what that original video was about. So here I was asking the people who have been supporting, whether it's like buying my work or like sharing it online and stuff, me asking them to come participate in this event. And then from that, with that footage, we turn it into this epic video. And we've done it twice so far, and both times have been a hit. You know, they and like so that has built another sense of community for me. And then with my doll making workshops and my Jaleel doll project, that's some of the most personal work that I've ever done. You know, I've never would have thought in a million years that me expressing my love and obsession with dolls as a child would turn into me hosting these workshops and us really trying to build this safe space to have this open dialogue amongst each other. And so in a sense, that's its own community in itself, you know. So with all of my different works, no matter the medium, building this sense of community is essential for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of like bring everyone together, especially like this time of isolation. I think
right,
having the art accessible, or even like people could involve in your project, that's a very good way to keep people connected.
Yes, it really is. And so like right now during this quarantine or whatever, I'm just so devastated. I'm just like, dang, I had so many plans, but you know what? This just bought me some more time to get everything fleshed out. So when we do return, it's gonna be another hit. So I'm not fazed by it too much.
That's so true. And we're looking forward for all your new work. And we're so happy to have like some of your like great work included to our first virtual exhibition now. So this exhibition is on view starting from June 5th through August 29th, and it will be available on Broome County Arts Council's website under Artisan Gallery's page. There will be a viewing room. And if you have any questions or you want to learn more about one work, any more details, email us at artisangallery@broomearts.org. Thank you so much for joining us, Jaleel.
Thank you so much.